all those sounds. That's the sound of the forest all around us. We are on top of Crowder's Mountain. It's just south of Gastonia, North Carolina. We are in North Carolina. As you know by the title of this episode, it is the Hurricane Ian podcast. We went through it. We are still going through it.
Yep.
We are staying at my sister's house right outside of Charlotte in Mount Holly, North Carolina. We were lucky that she had this really nice house she built on 11 acres in the middle of the woods, and it was just sitting there because they're doing work in the mountains. So they've moved to an apartment near the mountains to finish their mountain houses, and this house was just sitting there. So that worked out. Our house is not livable right now. It was flooded. But when the hurricane started, so the thing is, we were supposed to be in New Orleans to see the Flaming Lips. And when we knew there was a hurricane coming into the Gulf, we decided, well, we can't go to New Orleans. And we definitely wouldn't have been able to make it back because we were supposed to fly back on Wednesday, the day the hurricane was hitting. And so we canceled our trip, but we weren't going to leave. I thought it was just going to rain a bunch. I was disappointed about missing the concert. And then the day before, we were like, all right, it looks like we're going to get hit with some of this hurricane. They're starting to project it a little more south. But I still didn't think direct hit. I was like, we're going to be fine. It's just going to be really windy. And then that night, I was like, all right, we're going to get hit by a hurricane. I don't think it's supposed to be maybe a 2. I know they're talking about storm surge, but we went through Irma. There was nothing happened. So I think we'll be fine. And then we woke up Wednesday morning, and I started doing a podcast. I think I started the night before. But I was like, I'm just going to document it, see what happens if it ends up being a crazy storm. It'll be interesting. Sorry. So I decided to document it, and sure enough, it ended up being one of the craziest storms I've ever been through. Actually, I should say the craziest storm I've ever been through. It was fucking terrifying, honestly. And I kept thinking the roof was going to blow off, and then so tell you what, we'll let the podcast speak for itself. We're going to be telling the story. It starts with me in the podcast with my good microphone. Right now I'm using my travel microphone, but a lot of the podcast we just recorded in my phone because we had no power. I wasn't able to charge like my laptop and stuff, so we just recorded everything through the phone, which we were able to charge here and there on people's generators. Our generator ended up underwater, so we didn't have one. But we'll let the story speak for itself. And like I say, this is going to be pretty much unedited, just one every time we record, one after another, how it happened. And there might be a few times during the editing that I feel the need to come in and explain something a little better or whatever. But this is Hurricane Ian. And again, I thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I know I missed last week because we weren't able to do anything. I've had to cancel all the guests I had booked so far because we've been too busy. We're headed back to Fort Myers tomorrow to start the demo on our house, and it's just gonna be a rough road ahead. But so there might not be a podcast for another few weeks after this one. But this is Hurricane Ian. Hey, Peace Nicks, Aaron Akulis here. I am in my studio. And if you listen to last week's episode, it was with David Buckley, and I said, there was a hurricane coming, and I basically just did that edit. So I'm actually decided, because I'm going to lose the podcast most likely that I'm supposed to do on Thursday for the following week, because we're probably going to have no power and no Wi-Fi. We're about to get hit with a brutal storm, so I thought, why not just do a cover the storm while I'm stuck at home. Me and my wife are here. We have 3 cats, 2 dogs. We weren't really able to leave. So we're about to be hit by the storm. They were predicting, almost Tallahassee was how much north it was supposed to go. And then they moved it back to Tampa, then Bradenton, then Sarah. Now it's almost, looks like we might even get hit by the eye of the storm. So we're going to be getting hit pretty hard. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's, there's an excitement to it also as well. But I would much prefer it not hit us, but we are stuck here all week. So I'm going to document this storm. And that's what this podcast is going to be now. It's not hitting us for about 12 hours, or it's probably start in a few hours. We can start getting some storms, but it won't be hitting hard until tomorrow. So I'll be, recording in segments here and there as things happen. Probably get my wife in here to talk to you guys. I'm just gonna make the best of this hurricane, and hopefully, everybody gets through it. Hope everybody out there is safe. I know people that listen to this podcast in Fort Myers, you're going through this with me right now. Well, actually, if you're listening to this, you went through it, you got through it, so that's good. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just cue the music.
America's public enemy number one in the United States is drug abuse.
Drugs are menacing our society.
What are your thoughts on the drug problem?
I had a great time doing drugs.
So tonight, from our family to yours, from our home to yours, thank you for joining us.
This is the Peace on Drugs.
All right, so before I start playing clips from the actual events that happened, we are now sitting back at my sister's house. As I said in the opening, we went to Crowder's Mountain. Beautiful mountain. You got to see downtown Charlotte way in the distance. And uptown Charlotte. That's what they call it. But we are in North Carolina after the storm. But I just wanted to say the first clips that I play are actually from the day before the storm hit. The weather was starting to get crazy, but the storm hadn't actually hit yet. So these are actually from the day before. I'm here. My wife is sitting right beside me.
Hello. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh.
Overwhelmed?
I don't know if there's words. But it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
We had a lot of great people up here. Aaron's family, his friends, they've been taking great efforts to help us out, but yeah, it's
been a lot.
It was nice today to get up on the mountain though, and just to take the dogs and just take our minds off and try to not talk about it, but Can I say that thing that I said earlier?
Say it.
A lot of people have been so kind, and everyone's been saying that we're lucky to be alive, but sometimes it just feels like it's obviously we're happy to be alive, but it's just sometimes you have these moments where everything's gone. Everything is gone. And I noticed on the news today that they're not even talking about it anymore. We're just gonna be forgotten, I suppose, but it's just I understand, I guess.
We're not going to be forgotten.
We're not going to be forgotten, and we don't wish that we were dead, but it's just this just is so hard. This is just so hard. All of our friends, everyone that we know on Fort Myers Beach, everyone that we know, our neighbors, we just don't know how to even go about fixing this.
It's super hard, but the thing is that we have a very strong community. People are putting things back together, and we're going to get through this. And we're lucky. We are very lucky. We had insurance. It's going to be a long road of rebuilding.
I know.
We're going to get the help that we need, and we're going to get through this.
I just hope that everybody gets the help that they need, and that this just isn't forever.
It's not forever. We're going to get through this.
I know.
All right, well, I'm going to play some clips from, it starts the day before the storm, and I'll probably be coming in here and there to explain the different situations that weren't explained in the clips. But, so this is going to start the day before the storm. That's the sound of our ceiling leaking before the storm is even hitting. It's just raining like normal right now, like a Florida day, and our roof is leaking as a hurricane comes. Not what you want to have happen, so we're trying to figure this out. So I just thought I would document this for the podcast. Hurricane Ian Not a good time. Not a good thing to be happening. Our fridge broke this morning, and luckily we got a technician over, got our fridge fixed. Our water, we have a water filtration system outside for our well. It basically was overflowing and spilling into our yard. Our yard was flooded before the hurricane even happened, and we got the water technician over to fix that. We thought, all right, finally we're good, and now our roof is leaking. So, here we go. And we're doing our last load of laundry before we lose power, and our washer machine sounds like this. What more could go wrong today? What is going on with this washing machine? Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not making this shit up. Everything has went wrong today. I mean, it's almost comical at this point how everything's just going wrong. Like, what the hell? Have you ever heard your washing machine do that?
Hey, honey.
Hey, Mom, are you sleeping?
I'm just still laying in bed. Oh, wait.
Okay.
It was at 4 and 5 and 6. It turned to a 4, huh?
Yeah, it's almost a 5.
Oh my gosh. I turned it off to try to lay back down. So I haven't had it on in the last hour and a half. So how bad is it?
We still have power. That's one thing.
Wow, that's amazing. It sounds like the beach peninsula doesn't have any.
The beach doesn't?
The Fort Myers Beach Peninsula, yeah.
I'm surprised we still do. Honestly, in any minute it's gonna be gone. It's crazy outside. Our floor is leaking. It's weird. The water's coming up from the floor in our I don't know what you call that, the addition part of our house, the den.
Oh, that probably doesn't. Does that have a slab? Is your house is on a slab?
The whole
right?
the whole house is on a slab. Yeah.
Even the gym?
Everything. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's water coming up. We have towels on the floor because it's coming straight up from the floor, and then we have our ceiling is leaking. So. It
did say that. I heard DeSantis say last night that the grounds are already very saturated, like before this even has hit. Like y'all must have had a lot of rain over the last month or two.
After the last all summer, yeah, it's been the grounds have been soaked.
Already very saturated. So that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
But the eye hasn't hit right yet.
I don't think the eye is going to hit us. It's going to be very close though. And that's not till 2 p.m. So.
Okay, but the eye isn't what's bad. It would be nice if the eye did kind of go over. You should have an hour break while it's going over you. But the worst is winds around the eye.
I know. We're going to be right beside it. And it's good.
Yeah, that's what Daddy said. He was there to be right on the worst side of the eye. That is stressful. The only thing I know it's too late now, so I'm just going to say it. I remember during the last hurricane, you said, remind me I'm never going to stay again during a hurricane. And I forgot about that until last night. I was thinking, he said that. I wish I would have reminded him. Maybe he would have got out. I don't know.
Well, the thing is we really just didn't have anywhere to go. We could have went up to North Carolina, but we have too many pets. Like when I said that was when I just had Dan, and it would have been a lot easier.
Oh yeah, that's true. 5 pets is a lot, and also Will's been getting tornadoes on that side and everything.
No, I know it wasn't going to be good to go there either. So I think we made it. I mean. Honestly, our house, like I said, our ceiling's leaking, but we have a bucket, and it's not too bad. But if we weren't here, we wouldn't be here with the bucket. It would just be flooding our living room. So. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. It would, unless it gets so bad, and like Daddy said, once the wind gets going really bad, you can't even step outside. I hope what I hope doesn't happen. I noticed I also watched like at 3 in the morning. I was watching the news and it said a lot of people on lower ground moved their cars to upper ground so that their cars wouldn't get flooded. So I thought, gosh, I hope your cars don't get flooded. That would be a disaster.
I know. There's nothing we can do about that.
No, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about any of it. Even if you had taken off with one car and all the animals, the other car would have been there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, we're just going to have to ride this thing out.
Yep, you are going to have to ride it out at this point. But I guess you'll know pretty soon.
Well, we got about 12 hours, I think.
They're going to be horrific.
Yeah.
Okay, honey. Well, I'm glad you called me. Gosh, I've had my phone right by my side the whole night. And I had the storm on all night. Every time I opened my eyes, I looked real quick to see what it was at. And I noticed it turned to a 4, but I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, it's hitting right now. Outside is crazy, but inside is it's all right. Other than a little bit of leakage, everything else is good. I feel confident that we're gonna be fine. This is not gonna be fun. The power's gonna go out. We're just gonna be here for however long.
I know. It'll be a long time. I mean, I remember Hugh going, that was only a 1, but it just was hours and hours of torture. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It finally ended, so,
Yeah, it'll pass.
Yeah, no, so her mom and dad stayed too. Her mom and Tammy stayed. I mean, her dad and Tammy stayed.
Yeah, they stayed. They're here, so...
They're in Cape Coral, right?
Yeah, so we'll probably have dinner with them. I imagine tomorrow we'll be over there to see them.
Okay. All right, honey. Well, yeah, I'm glad you still have your power. But now once it goes out, you can still talk on the Wi-Fi as long as the towers haven't been damaged.
Yeah, and I should still be able to call you, and as long as we have charge. And once the storm passes, we can fire up our generator and charge things and stuff.
That's true. Do you have how much charge you have on your phone? You have it charging right now?
No, but it's full charge right now.
Oh, good. Okay. That's what I liked about that Jackery. And it'll charge your phone. It's set up to 15 times. So on when it's full, when the battery's full, it'll charge your phone 15 times.
Yeah, I looked for one at Ace. They had never even heard of it. They were all the guys working. They were kind of like, "Well, that's cool. What's that?" I was like, well,
oh yeah. David has one, or I wouldn't even have known. He sent me a picture of it, and I'm like, oh wow, I want one. So we ordered one. Like a minute later, we got on Amazon, and 2 clicks of the finger, and it was at our front door. Of course, they won't be doing that now down there. But I had never heard of him. We just got it like 2 days ago, so it would have been too late for you. They wouldn't have been delivering.
Yeah.
Down there.
But,
so I'm sure.
Yeah, we have gas and then we have a generator. So like I say, as soon as we can fire up the generator, we have to put it outside. So we have to wait for the storm to pass, but then we can have power.
Yeah, you don't have to really put it outside. We usually put it at the entrance of our garage door.
We at least have to be able to open the garage door. So.
You what?
We at least have to be able to open the garage door to use it.
Right. No, you have to have the garage door completely open, and we usually put it half in and half out, so the venting is going out. We turn it so that it vents out,
Yeah.
on the side part.
But either way, we have to wait for the storm to end to use it. But I'm still surprised we have power right now because it's crazy out there.
Yeah, it won't be long. They said most of Fort Myers will be out of power. They have that. You're in that purple zone. It said most of the purple zone will be having no power.
Well, I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard that they actually shut the power off because it could become dangerous. So they shut it off for a certain point of the storm, and then they turn it back on. And most people, when they turn it back on, won't have it anyway because they've lost it for power lines being down. But if that's true, I don't know why we still have it right now. So I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Well, maybe it's not true.
Keep me posted. Like, call me, and if you can call me, obviously if the towers fall or something happens, you won't be able to. But
well, hopefully we don't lose cell phone. I during Irma, I never lost cell phone. So.
Oh, good. Okay, so maybe you'll still have your cell phone.
Yeah, I'll give you a call. The eye's going to hit around 2 p.m., so I'll give you a call around then.
Okay, that sounds really good, honey. Thanks. Did you get any sleep at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, honey. Well, I love you, sweetie.
I love you, too.
Okay, bye.
All right. So we've been losing power about 3 times so far, but it keeps coming back on. I don't know how, but we still have power. It is 12:49. The eye of the storm will be passing in about an hour. I'm going to give my mom another call, see what she's talking about.
Hey, honey.
Hello.
Gosh, what's going on?
Not much. I'm just calling to check in. Also, just so you know, I'm recording our phone conversations because I might release a podcast based on the hurricane.
Oh, okay. What? Have you gotten lots of rain?
It's a lot of rain, but it's not like our yard's a little flooded, but no more than it would be in a regular. We're not worried about the flooding until the storm surge, and I think we'll be okay with that because we're far enough from the beach. But it's hard to tell. But right now it's weird. We still have power.
Oh, that is weird.
Like everybody,
I have heard there's several 100,000 without power.
I know a lot of our, we have Facebook friends that live right up the road and they're all out of power. And we've had the power cut out about 3 times, but it keeps coming back on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's just hope that it stays for you because that really makes a difference. At least it's during the day. I did hear one of the commentators say, if it's during the middle of the night and you can't even look out to see what's going on, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Although it's still really bad. No doubt about it. Is it a 5 yet, or is it just still a top 4?
I haven't been watching the news because it's this freaky. I mean, the storm is just really crazy out there. Part of our fence is gone.
I was wondering how your fence was going to hold up. Oh, that's terrible. That is really terrible. You're just going to have to do your insurance to get stuff fixed when it's all said and done.
Yeah, we'll get everything fixed. I mean, it's just a small piece right now in the far corner. Hopefully the rest of the fence doesn't go. But the thing is it's going to get worse over the next 2 hours. So the next 2 hours are going to be the worst of it. And then by 4 o'clock, so 3 hours really, by 4 o'clock we'll be hopefully in the clear. But then that's when the storm surge is a threat.
Yeah, it's the other side of the eye, right?
Yeah. I guess because right now the water's being pushed out.
Oh yeah, and then they said it could be kind of like a tsunami coming in. I don't know, but maybe you're far enough away. You do have some waterways pretty close, but the beach itself isn't. So,
yeah, and the Caloosahatchee, which is we're 1 mile from the river, so we're real close to the river. But in the middle of that river, you can stand up in it. It's not that deep, so I don't know that it's going to be that big of a problem. And we are 10 feet above sea level for the fact that it's not even 10 feet deep to begin with. I mean, we could get hit with the wave, but if the storm surge comes from the Gulf, we are, at least 5 miles from the Gulf, and their Summerlin Road is like 15 feet high, and that's between us and the beach. So I think we'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, that should block it. Hopefully, keep it from coming. Yeah.
It is just crazy out there.
That you make it through okay. Gosh, it's so scary. So scary.
It really is. I'm actually not enjoying this at all. I'm trying to take a nap because I'm so tired, but I can't because of the sounds out there.
Yeah, they did say stay hunkered down. Don't try to go outside. And
all right, that sudden end of the phone call with my mother was our power going out. We finally lost power. It is now 1:03. We are without power. I'm guessing we will not have power for the next few days, week or so. I'm looking out my window right now. We have hurricane grade windows, but my window's breathing. Like it's absolutely crazy out there. My dog's following me around. Lieutenant Dan. He's so scared. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, it's we have all these huge palms, like palm trees that are, I don't know what they're called. They're not like the big palm trees we have, but the huge brush on the side of our house that kind of creates like a fence between yards. And they are just dancing their asses off like they're on ecstasy. I swear to God, this is it is crazy looking out there. And I kind of wish we would have left, honestly. You know, it's like we didn't want to, be worried about our home. I wanted to be here. Our ceiling started leaking last night. If we weren't here to put a bucket down, we would have had some flooding issues, but we did that, and the leak has stopped. I didn't do anything to fix the leak. It just stopped. I don't know why. I went up in the attic and almost got stuck. Our attics are so small. I tried to climb through it, and I just couldn't get through there. So anyway, it was a tough choice whether we stay or leave, but we decided to stay. Now that I'm in the thick of it, we have about 5 to 7 more hours of this, and the worst is hitting us right now, and it's going to keep being the worst for the next about 5 hours. So, and then we have to worry about the storm surge. So we'll see. I'll report back in a little bit. This is the point of the day when I really wish we would have got out of here. It's 2:39. I've never heard such crazy wind and shit hitting our roof, all kinds of stuff. It almost sounds like our roof's about to rip off, which is a fear that I don't even know if that's a thing that could happen, but I am just not having a good time. But I just cracked my first drink. I was not going to drink till way later today because I wanted to have it, I wanted to have a sober mind in case something happens, but my nerves just can't take it. I'm just pacing the house. Every minute feels like an hour. So we have some more time to go on this. So I'm gonna hop off here. Probably have Meg join me in a minute. She's we've both been kind of on our phones the whole time, just looking at what people are saying on Facebook and watching videos. Fort Myers Beach is completely flooded. So we don't know when we'll be back to work. We're gonna, after the storm's over, we're gonna probably head to North Carolina. My sister has a house there that she's not staying in, so we're gonna bring the dogs and cats up there and maybe camp out for a few days. But first we gotta make it through this thing. So I'll check back in. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes since my last recording. I got Meg here to tell you how good we are feeling about it.
Oh, yes, this is fabulous.
Yeah, we're about to do our first shot because I cannot take this shit.
It is exactly 2:45 in the afternoon, and our house is still intact, but we are scared shitless, to say the least.
I've never heard these kind of sounds.
I know. Yeah, our walls are shaking, our floorboards are seeping water. We had the chance to leave last night to go to West Palm to see Aaron's friend Will, but we decided against it, and we are regretting that decision.
Yeah, that's the sound of our cat eating.
Yeah, it's Clementine.
All of our pets are here. The cats seem okay. The dogs are freaked out.
Yeah, Reggie, always my protector, but I feel like I'm protecting him because he's...
Is he here?
He's somewhere around.
He's right here.
He's right here.
Hey, Reggie. That's a good boy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is our first stay-at-home hurricane. We went to a hotel for Irma, and surveyed the damage afterwards. And this is the first time that we are actually seeing it firsthand. And this is something else. This is not pleasant at all. We're hearing all sorts of thumps and thuds and like
things are hitting our house, hitting our roof.
There's another one. Yeah.
Our fence is going to be completely
gone. The fence that we just put in 3 months ago is falling apart, dangling at the hinges. I mean, at some point it becomes funny because what else can you think about it? It's just it's out of your hands.
You say funny, but I'm worried about a flood coming in and us with the dogs trying to figure out where the fuck we're gonna go to get to higher ground, ending up on our roof, But again, that's all worst case scenario.
Well, no, my stepmother was saying the vertical plan, and that means going to the attic first and then going to the roof after that. But I don't know how we're going to get a 135-pound German Shepherd up the ladder to the attic.
Yeah, that's almost...
The only way we can get him on the roof is if there's water to float us up there.
And there's not going to be that much water. If we get flooded, I don't think it's going to be like over our heads. It's so crazy out there right now.
It's like the trees are like, I don't know how they're staying intact, and I'm knocking on wood because they are breathing, like they're just swaying.
I know, it's really crazy. These huge palm trees just swing like crazy. I love the hurricane windows though, because we didn't have to board up a window, so we can sit out here and watch it. At the same time, it's kind of a scary thing to sit and watch.
Yeah, it's downright terrifying.
But that shot really made me feel better. I'm not trying to promote alcohol on my drug podcast.
There's no concept of time right now. It's 5 o'clock everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, Jimmy Buffett.
No, come on. No, what else is there to do? Like, our nerves are absolutely frayed right now. Like, this is too much. Every single time we hear a bump or a thud, like, it's just like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's not, this is not fun.
Yeah, like a big palm frond fell on the side of the window, and Meg's immediate reaction was, oh my God, because she didn't realize what it was at first. And I thought she was looking, because you can see our roof from that angle. I thought she was watching our roof getting ripped off. So my heart I was like, what? And I ran to the side. I was like, oh, it's a palm frond. I was like, all right, thank God.
But that other scenario would not be completely impossible. Like, given the circumstances right now, like, we could, right this second, our roof could just, like,
I don't
listen to that.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
It is
Aaron.
This is not fun.
No.
Yeah. I really wish I would have left. But like you said, though, if we survive this one, completely intact, then I don't think I'm going to leave for a hurricane ever again. This is a bad hurricane.
This little tiny house was built in 1969, and we are surrounded by fortresses, these big, huge houses that I think kind of protect us. I'm hoping that's the case, but
well, they built,
there's gonna be some damage.
They build the new houses up on like these little ant hills, they're like 5 feet of dirt they put in to prevent flooding. So basically, our neighbor's yard is just flooding our yard because it's built up on 5 feet of dirt.
Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, we're just.
It's almost over though. We only have
I feel
5 more hours.
I feel better after that shot.
I know. Only 5 more hours. Are you shitting me? 5?
Yeah. But
I remember that time we ate that pop brownie and it felt like it was never going to end when I was way too stoned. I was like, when is this going to end? That's how I feel right now. Like, it just feels like a bad trip. Like, oh man, I just want this to be over with.
We somehow, I don't know if you slept, but
Oh shit, that window is...
What is that? What happened?
Nothing, just that window is like breathing.
I know, that's what they do. That's what they're doing. I've lost my train of thought, but if this house can withstand this storm, we have got a spectacular house. And if we can manage to not lose our minds, like, I don't know, I'm teetering on the edge.
I am too.
This is scary. This is really scary.
Oh man, it comes in, like these huge bursts happen where all of a sudden, like right now it's happening, like the craziest winds. But then it'll kind of
there's the lull.
Like the lull happens, and during the lull, it's still windy as shit. But when these gusts happen, it's like, oh, here it is. And every time there's this big gust, you hear it sounds like our roof's getting ripped off. But I think it's just debris flying across our roof, and that sound, it sounds like it's. Like in my mind, I'm picturing like the nails coming up and the roof pull off.
Yeah, don't go there.
I know, but that's where I
go. Do we know what the wind speed is right now? Like, is it like? Didn't they say it was like 150 miles?
It's right.
That's
below.
That's bonkers. That's not good.
Oh shit! Santiago called. Let me try to call him back. See if we can get him on this.
Get him on the podcast. Hey, Reg. That's not good.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's at work if he doesn't answer.
Cheers, guys. This is the most terrifying day of our lives. welcome to it. So Aaron's on his phone, so I guess I'll just keep talking.
Adam called too. Let's call Adam. You guys remember Adam? He was on the podcast.
Adam.
He was on the 420 special.
The one and only Adam Dillinger.
My signal's pretty weak right now. I don't know if it's...
No, I don't think that you can get through to anybody.
We don't have 5G anymore. I've been calling people. I think I can't send pictures.
I can't either.
Yeah. I don't know why 5G went out first, how that works. I have no idea what that even is.
Hey!
What up?
What's up, dude?
How's everything?
It's all right.
Fantastic.
We're doing a podcast. We're doing a hurricane podcast right now, so I have you on speakerphone.
Sweet.
It's fucking scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
We should have left.
I'm not enjoying myself, if I can say that.
Not having the fun.
No.
We're not having the fun.
No power. Luckily it's not too hot yet, but but the sounds that our roof is making is scary, and it's like there's these gusts and things just falling out of trees and smacking our house.
Also, our ceiling is leaking.
Ceiling's leaking
since last night before the storm even hit.
Floor's leaking. Our fence is
seeping.
slowly getting sucked away.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the
That's
storm.
scary shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I was
fun.
just calling to see how are you guys? Do you need anything?
I need you to come down here and fix our fence.
All right.
Also, if you have any money.
I'll have a day off for 10 days, but after that,
Because we're going to be out of work.
Well, we're going to be seeing you because after the storm's over, we're going to head to North Carolina.
Yeah.
You need to go and move here, bro.
Nah, dude, I like it down here. I'm just,
We were due for a
We've
storm.
had a hurricane here since I've been alive.
Well, this storm's coming your way, bro. But it's not going to be a
Sweet.
hurricane.
I'll bring my umbrella out.
But no, for real, we're gonna. My sister has her house that she hasn't sold yet, and we're gonna bring the dogs and cats and stay up there for like a week or so because we're gonna be out of work. All the restaurants are gonna be like the Fort Myers Beach is completely flooded with cars like floating down the street and shit. So we'll be out of work. There'll be no power.
It's terrible out there.
So.
Ouch. When are you heading up?
Well, the storm's heading y'all's way, so I'm not sure that we would leave tomorrow or the next day, but maybe Saturday. But it also depends if the storm's not too bad once it gets up there. If it's drivable, I hate being stuck in a place with no power when it's hot.
I mean, they're saying right now that the storm is going to end at 8, so we could feasibly leave here like around 9 o'clock tonight.
No, because we would drive straight back into it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my God, I'm not thinking straight.
No.
Once it hits land, it'll lighten up to a 3 or 2.
Yeah, we'll definitely wait till tomorrow.
We're expecting a ton of rain, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and which I can drive in that. So basically, we're gonna leave. I would say the earliest we leave is Friday morning, but either way, we'll be up there. We'll get to see you.
Okay. I mean, you guys always have a place to stay. With us, we do have the 2 dogs. So I don't know how we'd keep everybody separated if everybody would get along.
Well, we have 2 dogs and 3 cats. So like I say, my sister's house is vacant, so they can stay there.
Yeah.
Where is it? What city?
Mount Holly.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you won't be far from me.
Yeah, it's right off 485. So.
All right, cool. Like I said, I got to work every day until next Thursday, and then we're hitting the mountains for a few.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, I'll at least come up and hang out at Boardwalk.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have Sunday night. If you're up Sunday night, I get off early, and we're watching football the rest of the day.
Yeah, we'll be up. I think we'll be up by Sunday.
I think we're leaving probably Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
I'll probably leave Saturday.
Keep your head up. Let me know if you need anything, and just try to stay safe.
I do.
All right, brother. Y'all be good. Love you.
Love you.
Later.
All right.
Well, all right, we're gonna hop off here, check back in about an hour. Now, of course, if you're listening to this, then that means we survived because if I die, this is never gonna see the light of day. So if you're listening, then you know the ending. But yeah, we'll check back in a few.
Attacked me this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's being a pain in the ass.
Let's just talking about our cat. Our cat wants outside right now.
I didn't know you were recording.
Yeah.
Our cat Clementine, who is my baby, my Chicago street cat, but she's not nice. She's not pleasant.
Yeah. So it just turned 3 p.m. So we have been about 2 minutes since the last time we talked because when I stopped recording, and we started hearing the sounds of the storm, I was like, man, that podcast was awesome because it distracted me from the storm.
Yeah.
And now I'm scared again. So I was like, let's just do another, let's get back into it.
I mean, I don't know if the microphone picks up the sound of the storm, but it is roaring. It is like absolutely,
Here,
like,
let's say,
this is not
here,
cool.
Be quiet for 1 second. Let's see if it picks it up. Not really.
I don't think so. I mean, I hear it.
I hear it. I mean, if you're listening, you can hear it a little bit in the background. It's not like complete silence, but for some reason, it's not picking up well. But again,
it's a steady roar.
This isn't my good microphone though. This is my my travel microphone because we don't have power.
What the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
No. All right, we're doing another shot.
All right, we're doing another shot, and there are things falling on top of our roof.
Man, I wish this.
This is not cool. Hey, sweets.
Cheers.
Cheers. What the fuck else can we do? Yeah, so here we are.
Yeah, I've never seen something so crazy out. That's what I'm seeing out there. Like it's I mean,
I can't believe the trees aren't falling down. The way that they're swaying, like they're just like back and forth, breathing like it's.
Yeah.
It makes my stomach feel that way too. Aaron described his stomach.
That was from the shot.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm actually terrified. We should have left.
I mean, honestly though, if we make it through this, then we don't have to. Then we might not be saying that. Maybe it wasn't so bad. It's just not fun.
No, it's gonna be super
here.
bragging rights if we make it through this. But,
if we make it through it.
But when we make it through this. The biggest thing was we couldn't bring the cats, and
we couldn't have brought the cats. Well, I thought about getting a pet-friendly Airbnb, and we could have brought all of the pets, and I almost did, but then I'm not a big fan of Airbnb. I've only used it a few times, and you never know what to expect. If one time we got an Airbnb, I probably talked about it for the podcast at some point, but we went to Aspen. We got an Airbnb. And
Tanya?
I had no idea that the owner of the condo was staying with us.
Like she was hosting it.
Yeah, and so all of them say super host, which is confusing to me because that's that host. I didn't realize she stayed there. So she texts me through the app, and she's like, what time are you guys going to be here? And I was like, probably around 4. And we were driving because we flew to Denver and we rented a car. We were driving from Denver to Aspen to see the Flamin' Lips, which we were supposed to be seeing yesterday, but because of the storm, we're not seeing. We were supposed to be seeing them in New Orleans. We had to cancel the New Orleans trip because of this hurricane. But anyway, we go to Aspen to see the Flamin' Lips, and we stay at this place. And we end up having to drop the car off at the airport. Our friend Santiago and his girlfriend picked us up at the airport where we dropped the car off and drove us to the Airbnb. We ended up not making it there till about 7. And she was mad because we were late. And I was like, what? She's like, I made a fire for you guys. So I was like, you keep talking.
Real.
So we made a fire. She had made a fire for us, and she was mad that we were late. And also my friend Santiago and his girlfriend came in to the Airbnb with us, which also didn't realize it'd be a problem. I didn't read the rules where it said no other guests.
And also, mind you, they are pleasant-looking people. They're not like vagabonds or anything.
But the first thing she said is, "Oh, I didn't realize I was going to have strangers in my house."
Yeah.
Talking about our friends. I was like, that's literally what Airbnb is. You're having strangers in your house. That's what it is. I am a stranger, and
I'm in your house.
Yeah, and I was like, we're going to this concert. We're just dropping off our bags, and you're not really going to see us the whole time. We just need a place to crash. Like, we're going to be hanging out with him and his friend. And every morning we get home at we get back to her fucking place at 2 a.m. and go to sleep. And then we'd wake up at 5 a.m. after 3 hours of sleep to her, like, vacuuming, washing loads of laundry right outside our door.
Fucking Tanya. Classic Tanya. Oh, there we go. Hey, do you know there's a hurricane happening?
I turned off my alerts. What is that saying? Can you go grab your phone?
I don't know where my phone is.
I turned off my alerts because I'm tired of getting alerts saying, there's a hurricane. It's like, yeah, I'm here. You think there's anybody now that's just like, wait, what? A hurricane? Yes. Clearly, this is not a regular storm.
Oh my God.
What?
Aaron,
What?
nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
I don't know where my phone is.
What?
I don't know where my phone is, but it sounds like there's a stampede outside. This is not cool. Oh boy. No, it's okay. You don't have to take your headphones off. It's hitting us.
I like having my headphones on because then I can't hear that shit. It's the worst sound. Oh my god, it's 3:05. All right, good. Now we're down to only 4 hours and 55 minutes. See, if you're listening...
Your voice is quivering.
Yeah,
I've never seen you like this.
This is not fun. I don't like this. But if you're listening, now you understand how the slow time is, because when we started talking, I was like, it's 3 o'clock. Now it's 3:05. It's like, oh, man, we just got 5 more minutes of this thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. This is terrible. Yeah, so... I don't know if the best thing to do is to stay in your house when this kind of thing happens.
Well, definitely better than going outside.
I mean, like, leaving.
No, leaving. Here's the one thing Fritz said last night was, he's like, because I said, should we leave? He said, I can't tell you what to do. He's like, I'm staying. He's like, I think we'll be all right.
Our neighbors, too.
Yeah, but he did say, he's like, but rule of thumb is,
God,
if you can leave and you have the means to leave, it's always better to leave. And that's when I took his advice and we were leaving. We literally, I was like, we're going to pack up, we're going to leave. We were trying to find our cat to bring her inside before we left. And in looking for her, we went to our neighbor's house, asked if they'd seen her, and we got talking with them, and they seemed just so chill, like, oh, we're going to be fine. It's going to be nothing. We can go check on your cats. And it kind of made me feel like, you know what, this is going to be okay. Let's go ahead and stay. I didn't feel like driving 3 hours. I'd already had a few drinks. We went to the bar for one last little outing because this is happening. But
all of our neighbors are sticking around.
They all are. And they're also... We have a solid neighborhood. These are good. They're good, like kind of working class people. Like if something breaks or something messes up, these are guys that can fix stuff.
Yeah.
They're good people, and we're friends with them, with most of them. And hopefully,
I'm sorry.
There's only one that doesning seem to like us, and it has to do with, I think, politics. There's a lot of Trump flags in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
But but like our next door neighbor,
her husband's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's hardcore right winger Trump. Like he'll talk openly about it, but it's never like we don't have any disputes over it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know this is not good.
You know what though?
Oh my God, our fence is like almost completely gone.
Yeah, let's see. But you know, the fact that some of it's still there makes me feel better because that fence is plastic, and if it's still holding up in some places, then
he said it was hurricane proof when he installed it.
No, he didn't.
No.
No, he said.
Right. Well,
he said because it's flexible, it'll do better than a wooden fence in a hurricane. But he said better than, and this is a hurricane. This is almost a Cat 5, so it's not.
My question is, how did Ian become a Category 5 so fast? Like even Irma, when Irma hit us, like it was a Category 4, then it got downgraded to a Category 3, and it lingered so much to the point that we like were on board with whatever it was going to do. Ian, in this case, like it's just like escalated so rapidly.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's actually a 5. There was one report that said
we have
5.
no way of telling because we have no Wi-Fi. We can't, like, all we know is that, like, the Fort Myers Beach is fucking flooded.
We have internet on our phones. All right, we're going to get to work. I'll tell you what, we're going to do some texting, we're going to do some phone calls, we're going to check back in with you when this thing is I'll tell you what, we're going to come back in about 4 o'clock because by then I think we'll be in a place where I feel
seems like
slightly better. But again, we have another 4 hours. 8 o'clock is our finish line, I believe.
Yep.
That's when it's like we made it through the fucking storm. We go next door and do a shot with our neighbors and say we did it. And we do a high five, and then a storm surge comes in and sweeps us all away.
We get the fuck out of here. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
If the storm surge doesn't kill us all. All right. We'll be back. Is that the sound of the storm? You can actually hear it in the mic that time. Man, it is like fucking Steve Martin and Martin Short out there, just wild and crazy.
Couple of wild and crazy guys.
Was Martin Short one of those guys?
Yeah, no.
No, it was Steve Martin and who?
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, most of my listeners probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Are we recording?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're back because it's getting close to 4 o'clock. We have literally the eye of the storm is right beside us, so we are getting the most intense wind this hurricane has to offer, and it's not disappointing if you were wanting to see the worst of it, but I didn't want to. I was, not to say that I'm excited that it goes anywhere and hurts anybody, but I was excited when they were predicting it to go far north. They were saying up to like Tallahassee. I was like, thank God.
You always hate to have your fingers crossed that it hits Tampa or Marco or Naples.
But don't think that they weren't happy when it moved it back down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Tampa's getting hit too, but I don't think they're getting hit as bad as they were supposed to. I'm not sure how bad Tampa's doing.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, we're doing it again.
Let's get pissed.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, so I'm glad that my friends in Tampa are safe, but we're fucked. So there's that.
Yeah, I just want this shit to be over with, honestly. I mean, everybody here does, but like, no. Yeah. No. You know what? This is what we're talking about during a crazy fucking hurricane.
We're keeping ourselves occupied while we're
Hey, want me to open the window?
Terrified.
I'm gonna open the window so we can
hear.
No,
don't open the windows. Are you crazy?
Just kidding.
No. He was serious.
No,
folks.
I was not.
He was serious for a second.
I am not that stupid.
I think you are.
I love my podcast studio. I got the coolest podcast studio ever.
And also, this is the safest room in the house.
Yeah, and if I open that window, I don't know what is going to happen to the studio. I think those windows are so strong, everything's just going to be gone.
I don't know if any of you folks live in Fort Myers, but our walls are at times breathing, and yeah, we're not opening any windows like this. It's pretty dire.
It's
I'm not enjoying this. I give this hurricane a big thumbs down.
I'll second it. No stars.
Like if you could give a hurricane a Yelp review, this would be like -1 star.
I don't know. I guess Irma could get 1 star because it wasn't as bad as it was supposed to be. But really, no hurricane.
Irma is nothing compared to this.
No, Irma ain't shit.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. But as far as our first stay-at-home hurricane, I mean, me and Aaron have jumped out of 2 planes before, but riding out a hurricane in your own domicile.
Oh, I'll tell you what. The first time
is not ideal.
The first time I went skydiving, I was a little bit nervous, just a little bit. But we were kind of hungover. It was our wedding week, and we were in Key West. And the feeling that I felt before I had this cocktail, pacing the living room, was about 100 times worse than going up in a plane knowing I'm about to jump out. I was just like, the shit hitting the roof. I just like I talked about it before, about a picture of our roof just coming off. Like, what would we do if we just had no roof?
It still could. I mean,
I don't think it's not really a thing you hear about often. The flooding's the biggest issue. And now, if a tornado came through, yeah, we could lose the roof. But that's a more of an unlikely scenario.
Oh, buddy.
But again, we are about 2 hours and 15 minutes away from not the finish line, but the the end of this. Like, if we make it to 6 o'clock, I'm gonna feel real fucking good about that. But
if we make it,
you know what I mean. If we make it without having to grab the dogs and run to the neighbor's house or something like that.
No.
All right, we felt the need to interject here. Me and my wife, say hello.
I will say hello.
We are listening to the podcast and editing right now. Again, sorry for the sounds for the house. This is not my studio. This is our travel microphone. But we lost the studio in the storm. But when I just said, as long as we don't have to grab the dogs and evacuate or whatever I just said, that happened. That's about to happen in this podcast because we're listening to what just happened and how naive we were to what was about to happen. Yes, we are so close to grabbing our dogs, cats and carriers, and a book bag with my laptop and shit in it, and us both rushing out the doors through 3 feet of water.
We each had a dog on a leash per person, 1 cat carrier per person, big backpacks per person, and I told Aaron, I was like, I can't do it. and like the water was surging past our sliding glass door. And I was telling him I could not do it. And he was like, Meg, 1, 2, 3. And he just opened up the slider. Water came flooding in. And we had to escort our dogs on the leashes and our cats in the carriers and bring them over to our neighbor's house, which is exactly what he just mentioned.
And what we talked about earlier was our neighbor that we were like, well, we're not friends with all our neighbors because we have a neighbor, like we said, with the Trump flag and with the things that again, we talked about our neighbor Kevin, who listens to conservative talk radio, who's always been super fucking cool.
Awesome.
Super cool. And we've never had a problem with him, and we never had any issues, but his wife, we did. And we ended up building a fence because it's a long story.
Yeah.
But basically...
She just wasn't nice to our dogs.
Basically, they ended up being the people that we had to flee to because their house is
built. And they let us stay there for 2 nights.
They let us stay there. They were so cool. And it's such a powerful thing when you realize the people that... Don't get me wrong. I never thought of them as enemies. But they just were people that... I shouldn't say people because his wife wasn't friendly with us and wouldn't talk to Meg. Meg tried to reach out. He was always friendly, Kevin, but they both were friendly when it came down to us needing a place. They opened up their home and were like, "You guys have to come here." It wasn't like you can't come here or you should come. It was like you have to, and they let us into
our neighbor homes. Kathy hadn't talked to us for like months, and she could have just very easily never answered her phone, and she answered immediately and she opened up her home to us. So like that's...
She opened up her home and she gave it, we the food that we had got was like rice and beans, stuff that needed to be cooked, and our propane stove was underwater. So she was like, here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, stuff like that. And it was just so accommodating,
so hospitable. Like we couldn't ask for better people to live next to, even though we've had our hardships.
I mean, our hardships were, it was weird. It was more about the dogs than about...
It was all about the dogs, yeah.
Our dogs didn't get along. And because of that, but you know what? You're going to learn about all this as the podcast goes on because sorry, there's a lot of noise in this microphone. It is what it is. It's all we have.
We just thought that we should interject because at that moment, as we're editing this, Aaron said, like, if we need to move to our neighbors, we'll do that. And, like, that's actually what we had to inevitably do.
I think, well, I mean, fuck, we've been drinking again tonight because that's all we can do to stay sane. But I think it was like if we needed to take the dogs and get to higher ground, and that's exactly what we ended up having to do.
Yeah.
Was take our dogs and our cats in cat carriers.
And by the way, all of which are accounted for and with us right now.
Yeah, they're all here. They're all happy. They're doing well. So we made it. But yeah, we'll get back to the podcast here. We're going to go back to the recordings from Hurricane Ian. Because we're gonna survive, but I don't want to lose everything we own and lose the studio.
I will lose everything we own. I just want to make sure the pets are okay.
That's the thing.
I already, like, we can't put the leashes on them without them thinking that they're going for a walk. And I just want to make sure that they're ready to go. I don't know how to do that.
They'll be ready to go. If the shit happens, we put our shoes on, put the leashes on, and it sucks, but we take nothing but the animals. We get the fuck out.
Yep. That's it.
Because at the end of the day, the only things you can't replace are your loved ones and your little critters.
Our kids.
Yeah, that's
They're
it.
our kids.
Everything else is replaceable, and if it takes 5 years to get it all back, it doesn't matter. Also, we have insurance, so whatever. But material shit is not nearly as important. So yeah, if something happens, we get the pets, we get the fuck out. I'll probably grab my laptop. Just saying. But all right, guys. Well, we're gonna I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna read a book and take a little nap.
I kind of don't want to get off here.
We don't have to get off here.
Such a great distraction.
I can't take a nap. I tried to take a nap.
Nobody's sleeping.
The sound of the wind and the things hitting the roof.
The sound and the fury.
Every single thing I hear when I'm not doing this podcast, I'm looking out the window for tornadoes and shit. It's just so...
We're just watching our new fence just blow away.
Yeah, we got this
hoping
new...
that the house doesn't blow away as well.
I know. This new beautiful privacy fence that we got for our dogs. It was awesome. Our yard was beautiful, and our fence is just...
gone.
It's pretty much...
Oh, man. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That's not good.
That's the storm. That's the, we are literally right beside the eye of the hurricane. Like, that's where we're sitting.
Holy shit.
And it is bizarre. And I think 5 miles, at least, I think we're 7 miles from Fort Myers Beach, but
yeah.
5 miles.
Fort Myers Beach is already flooded, though.
Yeah, but 5 miles and 10 feet above sea level. I think we might be okay, and I hope I'm not just being optimistic for no reason. But
cheers.
I think you gotta go with what makes you feel right at this time.
Yeah, because there's nothing we can do if it does.
Exactly. Oh man, I literally had to run to work. I worked from home today, and I was probably watching the news till like 4 in the morning. Finally fell asleep, and I'm like panic stricken. It's just Maria's parents. I mean, like I told Meg, they're in.
They're in Naples, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not too much better. But they're in a more secure. They're on like the 6th floor. And
no, I've got a friend on Fort Myers Beach that he's on the 13th floor, and he said that his building was shaking, and he was like, if all hell breaks loose, just know that I love you. And I was like, no, we're going to be okay. Like, everything's going to be fine. But I was like, now I'm crying. So I don't know if...
don't blame you, honey. This is like craziness.
It's,
I know.
yeah,
obviously, you guys kind of figure, next time you're going to pack it up and leave, and you're going to get, like, a tree.
Well, no, the way that the storm was heading, oh, shit.
It just keeps on.
Oh, my God.
It just keeps on. I don't even want to look outside. I have the windows shut. I have the blinds down.
Yeah,
I was like,
Aaron won't let me look out the...
Because it's scary to look out there. It's like, I don't want to look out there.
I would 100% make
but
sure.
No, but we had nowhere to go. There was literally nowhere to go. Like,
that's not true.
We could have gone to West Palm.
We could have gone to West Palm. We would have had to leave the cats, and the driving conditions weren't looking great. But I still...
And we were drunk.
We had a few drinks, but in hindsight, I wish I would have just left.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. I don't know what the right choice is to make.
At the market, and I didn't want to rub it in that I'm shopping right now.
Oh.
I'm going to call you guys right back.
All right.
All right, love you, Angel.
Let's try to call Rayburn. Oh, then he'll be on the phone when she calls back. Let's pause it.
Oh, she might be a while.
She's just ringing up at the register. Oh, man. This is a lot of fun. So much fun. Remember the mentality I said yesterday? I said, let's just pretend.
Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, you're worried about the sounds of the wind. Yeah, no, it's been... No, but last night, the mentality, I said, let's pretend we don't live here and that we came here for the storm to have this experience. And that's the mentality I had. Like, we're doing it. This is fun. This is what we planned on. It's a fun way to think about it.
We jumped out of planes.
Yeah, we came down here for this hurricane. I wanted to be a hurricane.
We're thrill seekers.
Yeah, we're thrill seekers. We're here on purpose because we wanted to see... I would never come. This is not something I recommend for fun.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
It's not fun. Let's try to call Rayburn.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's working. I did not expect it to work that fast.
You gonna record it?
What's up, bro?
Yo, what up?
What's shaking, man?
Hey,
Chilling,
Rayburn.
Hey, what's up, mama?
Oh.
Hey, I'm recording for a podcast. We don't have to use your name, but also I don't have to record if you're not comfortable with that.
Like right now?
Yeah.
I'm like half asleep.
Well, it's just...
How can you sleep at a time like this?
Because he's in Phoenix or he's in Arizona.
You guys should be asleep, man. You should be.
No, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's a perfect time for sleep.
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it's...
It's an even better time, man.
If I could sleep, I would much prefer sleeping right now, but I cannot. Dude, the sounds that my roof is making are scary.
Our house feels like it's falling apart, and it actually is. Like, our water heater broke, our fridge is on the fritz.
Dude.
Our water is seeping in from the floorboards.
Dude, we did laundry last night, and the washing machine was just making the craziest noises. It was comical. I was like, why is everything breaking
Before the storm.
Yeah.
What exactly is the Fritz, and how did the fridge get on top of it?
Wait, what?
No, what exactly is the fridge, and how did the fridge get on top of it?
Fridge is on the fridge. Our fridge stopped. It just stopped working, so we had to call a technician over. I was in a hurry to get him over here to get it fixed before the storm. He came over. We fixed the fridge for like $250, and then of course we lose power immediately. So it's like, oh yeah, I forgot we needed ice, not a fridge. Fuck.
Yeah, generator is top shelf.
Well, we have a generator, but we can't use it till the storm passes because there's nowhere to put it right now.
We got like 3 more hours left.
Yeah, we'll get the generator going hopefully tonight.
But no, we're thinking about going to North Carolina. Oh, fuck. What was that?
It's just shit's hitting the roof. The palm fronds from the palm trees are flying through the air and smacking against our roof, and it sounds like it's just the worst sound.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's a good sound.
It's not pleasant.
Probably pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
I've closed the blinds, man. I'm like, I don't want to look out there. Looking out there gives me anxiety.
Rayburn, we're like fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Our shit's fucked up, man. And also, we don't know about the storm surge. We might get flooded later. So,
yeah, that's the big
Oh,
one,
listen to
man.
that.
I
yeah.
hate to laugh. It's not that we're like joking, but it's kind of like, yo, you guys are like in a Category 4 hurricane right now.
Yeah, it's we have about an hour left for the winds. I mean, it's still gonna be crazy probably for the next 10 hours, but an hour left and it's gonna start dying down, and then we got to worry about the storm surge. And if that
Yeah, the rain.
and the rain, like, our yard's flooded already, and actually our yard flooded before the hurricane because of our water thing that busted for no reason. Fucking like, what the fuck?
Hey, man, it's the price you pay to live in paradise.
It's true, but yeah, my sister has her house in Mount Holly that they're not living at right now. So it's a badass house, 11 acres, and we can bring the dogs and cats and just stay there. So when this shit's over, we're heading out for a little while because we're gonna be out of work for who knows how long.
Our fence is completely fucked.
Yeah, our fence is basically completely gone.
If you want to go out there and look at it, it's completely gone.
Well, I could try to find the pieces and fix it, but the reality is, we could just have them put a whole new fence in and it'll be paid for.
You hope. Man, they're going to be so busy, dude. The
I mean,
insurance company.
Oh, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a long while.
But
I listen to that.
depending on how like jacked up your house is, man, FEMA does that emergency. It's like $25,000 a house. Well, you get like $25,000 worth of repairs, which is not a lot.
Right, but the fence is at $6,000, and the only thing I've noticed that's happening with our roof is that the I don't know what you call it, the paneling underneath the overhang, like all that's coming out.
You know that?
That's called your fascia, my guy.
My fascia. The fascia's going away, man. But I'm really the gusts out there are fucking scary, honestly. Like I can't wait for this shit to be over.
Yeah, I bet, man. I've never been through a storm. Obviously, I've worked a few, but I've always seen the aftermath, and it ain't pretty.
It's not. I guess I do have to think, like, the places you did the work, in those, kind of third country regions, those people had it way worse. They went through the same shit on a little island in a shack,
Yeah, no, they got crushed, man. They had, Hurricane Irma and Maria. Both were Category 5 hurricanes, and they hit within, I think it was like 13 days. So, like, 2 Cat 5s in 2 weeks, man. These people got demolished.
Yeah, I bet you can't say to them, that's the price you pay for living in paradise. They're like, this ain't fucking paradise for us, man.
Nah, man, those people still had, like, shell-shock PTSD, man. Like, I would never, like, show up to do work on their house and shit, and they would, some little old ladies, more than one, maybe 2, not like all of them, but they would, like, everybody wants to tell you the hurricane story, man. It's like a bad beat poker. Everybody wants to tell you how.
Oh, I know.
I got it.
I promise you, we're going to be telling this story forever. Everybody that went through is going to be like, oh, you remember Hurricane Ian? And it's funny that it's named Ian, too.
Yeah, I know Hurricane Ian, man. He's fucking with me in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. Well, I won't keep you, man. We're just making the rounds, calling
Raymond,
peeps.
can you come here to Fort Myers and protect us? I'm scared to death.
I'm on my way.
He's on his way. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'll stay in touch, man. I'll let you know how everything goes.
Yeah, man. Let me know, man. I appreciate the call. It's always good to hear from you guys. You guys be safe, man. I can't do anything for you, but if there's something I can do, let me know.
All right, man. Love you.
Love you too.
All right, brother. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna end this part.
Our friends is gone.
Yeah, our friends is gone. So that's this portion of the podcast. It's now 5:08. I'm gonna check back in with you at 6 o'clock. That's when we're supposed to be out of the thick of it, and I hope to God that is the case.
I had no idea we were recording this.
50 minutes. Sorry, we've been drinking.
Who cares?
I'm just letting them know because you did know we were recording because I asked Rayburn, but it doesn't matter. Point is, we've been drinking, and I'm definitely not drinking enough to get sloshed because if something happens, I need to have at least enough wits to be able to round up the dogs and get to safety. So I'm definitely keeping it a little chill, but I'm definitely also catching a little buzz because my nerves cannot take it sober. I tried. I was pacing. It was like a bad trip, so I had to have some drinks. I haven't smoked any pot because that seems like a nightmare right now. I don't want to be high and have to think about this shit. So I'm just going to dull the senses a little with some alcohol. So that's how I tie this into the piece on drugs. But all right, we'll check back with you in about an hour. All right, I'm recording on my phone now. It is now 6:55. We are at our neighbor's house in their laundry room with the dogs. The cats are in the garage. Hey, guys. And we have other neighbors here.
Everyone's hunkering down in the strongest house in the street.
Yeah, our neighbor's house is built on a 6-foot mound, so we our house is completely flooded.
Can we tell the story of walking over to the neighbor's house?
Yeah, we literally. I started noticing the front flooding. Meg, you were there laying in the bed, and I didn't want to scare you because I saw it happening. So I immediately grabbed the tarp and the sandbags and started barricading the doors. And I was like, but it just kept getting higher and higher. I was like, this is not good.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I was like, all right, it's coming into the living room. And then I looked at the back door, the back sliding glass door. The water was up
everything was flooded.
Yeah, it was over a foot of water from the sliding glass door. And it was probably 2 feet high on the back door when we made our escape.
Can you hear? I don't know if you can hear that on this recording.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely berserk out there.
It's still crazy. It's 7 o'clock and the wind is just crazy out there. And we opened the sliding glass door. Water started pouring into our house.
5 feet of water. And
no, it was like 2 feet of water.
I was telling Aaron I couldn't do it, and he was like, "You have to. You just have to."
Yeah, we had to get out of the house, and we had 2 bags packed.
Oh, he did one.
We had 2 bags packed, a cat carrier in each hand. Each of us had 1 cat carrier, and we had a dog in the other hand, and we bolted out of the house. Luckily, I got the sliding glass door closed again to stop the flow of water, and then we trudged through. It was probably, once we got out, it was 3.5 feet of water that we trudged through in the craziest wind. I was so worried something was going to come flying by and knock us out.
Unbelievable.
We got to the neighbor's house and we got in, and now the dogs, because they have dogs, we can't have the dogs mingling because Reggie's a huge German Shepherd and
so
he scares some
people.
people.
We're in their laundry room right now and hanging out with our dogs. Our cats are unfortunately in the garage in their carriers because we just don't have any other choice, but they're safe. They're definitely safe.
Yeah, our life's going to change after this. I mean, everything's going to be different after this. It just is.
Yeah, Fort Myers Beach has completely flooded, and
it's going to take a long time to rebuild this. We're going to be out of work. We're going to be probably going to be getting more heavy into the podcast, so who knows? Maybe we'll have more success in that.
Let's hope for something.
I mean, what else are we going to do? I grabbed my...
Oh, Dan.
All right. Well, we'll touch back with you in a little bit.
Yep.
Can I get you anything?
You.
All right, we're back in the laundry room with the dogs. We've been hanging out inside.
In the laundry room? We were in our neighbor's laundry room.
Yeah, I've talked about that, but
oh.
That was all good. But we yeah, that was Barnaby. Hey, Barnaby.
Barnaby, come.
The cats are in the carriers. We can't let them out, and we're lucky our neighbors are being so hospitable, letting us hang out here with our dogs are in the laundry room. Their dogs are in the house, and
Our next door neighbors are also here.
Yeah, and our other neighbors are also here, and we're just all kind of here and looking. We went like the storm's finally passed, so we survived the storm. That's good.
However,
we went outside afterwards and looked at our homes, and they're underwater.
everything is flooded. Our cars are flooded. Our house is most likely flooded. We have not been able to assess the damage. It's upsetting to say the least.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything that we own is in that house and under.
All of our vinyls.
The
all
water's
of our
probably.
music.
I'm gonna say the water's probably 3 to 4 feet in the house. So
God.
everything's not.
Oh, my
no, so everything's not completely. I mean, most of everything we have is gone. But
we are all safe.
We're
our
here.
pets are all safe.
Yeah.
We are in our neighbor's laundry room, and this is the safest place that we can be right now. Reggie.
Reggie just decided he was hungry. Oh yeah, Reg. Dogs are finally eating. We got to walk them. They got to go outside and pee finally. There's not much yard here. Their house is built up on that mound, so it's like 6 feet high, higher than our house. So they have about, I would say, about 1.5 feet of land of their land is you can walk your dogs on. The rest is underwater. But that's the scoop. So
That is the scoop.
yeah, and again, I'm recording on my phone right now because I don't want to be busting out microphones at a time like this.
Oh my goodness.
But this is
I'm talking into Reggie's butt.
Yep.
This is the most harrowing situation that I've ever found myself in, and this is not pleasant at all.
Yeah.
Opening up the door, our sliding glass door, to run frantically over to our neighbor's house was definitely not something I would like to wish upon anybody.
No.
This is not good. And
It's not good.
going to get any better.
No, but we'll report back tomorrow. See if we can figure out what the damage is. See if the water levels go down to where we can at least get into our house. We don't even know. We don't even know how we're going to get out of here to go to North Carolina now because our cars are underwater. So.
And I broke my tailbone.
And you broke your tailbone. And that story sounds like it needs more explanation, but it was a previous break from years ago that she kind of re-messed up at the gym right before the hurricane hit, so it was already a problem, and it's just not good.
Yeah, everything is just not good.
Yeah.
Everything is just not good. That's the hey.
All right, we'll report back tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Peace out.
Goodbye.
All right, this is our gonna be our last part of the podcast. We gotta be quiet. People are sleeping in this house. We're back in the laundry room. We brought pillows and blankets in here because we can't have our animals inside, and they were crying in here. So we let the cats and the dogs off their leashes and out of their carriers, and they're just hanging out here in this room with us. And Reggie's very overly excited because he's nervous because he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But
To say the least.
yeah, but we're hunkered down in the laundry room at our neighbor's house, and our house is completely fucked.
Our house is completely fucked.
And probably all our music equipment and everything.
All of our records.
Everything.
All our vinyls, everything.
Our entire lives, but you know, this is where
What did I just say? Why do you work so hard to have things that are beautiful when they can just be destroyed in a heartbeat? Like why? Like, we're just going to go home tomorrow. We're gonna walk to our house, and just see nothing.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about all this. It just hasn't really hit me as a reality yet. It's still so weird.
Reggie, it's okay.
I knew the hurricane was going to be bad, but I did not expect this.
We didn't know it was going to be this bad.
It was actually like, it was just fucking scary. It was scary shit when it was happening. And then when we had, I know we're beating a dead horse with keep on talking about how we had to flee, but man, it was just awful. And but we're here. Reggie, calm down.
It's okay, bud.
Calm down, buddy.
It's okay, bud. Hey, it's okay.
Our cats are cleaning themselves because they were soaking wet in the carrier, because I didn't realize I didn't get all the water out of it, but it was... We have no letterbox for him.
Beating a dead horse. Yeah. The moment that you told me we were just gonna open the door when there was like 4 feet of water outside, and we just had to open the sliding glass door, all the water came in, and we just had to go with the dogs on leashes and the cats in the carriers. Like it was surreal. It was not.
Yeah, with like 80 mile an hour gusts, like crazy.
Yeah.
Reggie, you gotta get back. All right, well, you know what? We're gonna get off here because people are trying to sleep, and I don't want to be too loud, and Reggie's freaking out, so we're gonna try to get him to calm down. But we'll report back after we see our house tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
Here we are from the laundry room, signing out.
Good night.
This is so embarrassing.
Well, it's 3 p.m. the following day. I didn't feel like doing one earlier because we were just kind of in shock. And if you remember the beginning of the podcast, I had one of my friends over at the house who had eaten an edible, and he didn't really say much when I hit record, but he was being pretty hilarious before that. But earlier today, we're sitting out here in the driveway. We're basically on an island. Like the home we're in is above water, but all around us, including our house, is all a river. And he comes walking up the road on his bicycle in knee-deep water. Like, what's up, guys? Like, what's up, Fritz?
With a bloody knee.
And and so we went into my house for the first time. I saw the damage, and it wasn't quite as bad as I thought, which is good. The water was up to a little below my knees, but my guitars that were hanging on the walls, my Taylor, my Music Man, my Takumi Thin Line, my nice guitars, they all made it.
My keyboard's good, our records are good.
Keyboard's good, my QSC speaker's good. And our record collection, that was such an important thing to us. It's good, and there's no way, because the water level was higher on the outside of our house than our records.
Our cars in the driveway were completely underwater.
Almost completely.
And so our gear that is in our cars currently is probably destroyed, but
probably. You never know how high the water level got inside the car, but
all of our pets and me and Aaron are okay. We hope the best for our Fort Myers Beach friends. The Sanibel Causeway apparently collapsed, so there's no way in or out of that island, and we are currently unemployed because all of our gigs have swept out to sea.
But I mean, I don't like that term, because people actually got swept out to sea during this.
I'm sorry.
I mean, a lot of the houses are gone on Fort Myers Beach. This is all what we
know the number of fatalities.
This is all what we've heard from what people said. We have no cell phone service. We have no way of really knowing, other than people coming by telling us.
This came in so fast that people didn't think to leave. We thought we were gonna leave maybe on Tuesday night, midnight, but we thought against it, and we stayed, and then we ended up dashing over to our neighbor's house because water was gushing into our house, and they live kind of
on a mound.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now. We're just waiting for the water to go down. It's going down ever so slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, so slowly. It'll probably won't be drivable for us till late tonight or tomorrow, and we're just.
I hope late tonight. My mom thought we were dead. Our friend Fritz that came over, he's the only person in Florida right now that has cell phone service. So I was able to call my mom. I remembered the number, and she started literally like weeping because she was like, "I thought you guys were dead." And I started crying. So I haven't stopped really all day, but all of our pets, me and Aaron, are safe. And yeah, this sucks. I know we're gonna hear a lot more terrible news.
Yeah, here comes somebody else up the road. All these people with their big trucks are driving up and down the road and talking to people.
It's
and
weird.
Yeah.
It's seriously like our road is a canal right now. It's just it's not happening.
It's bad.
We're gonna be okay, right?
And I guess I'll just end it with a Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right, we'll catch back in. Touch back. I can't even speak or think right now. Peace out. Keep singing.
Kathy, I'm lost, I said, though I knew she was sleeping. I'm empty and aching and I don't know why. We passed something inside and I've come to look for America. We've come to look for America. I don't remember the rest of the words.
It's all right. I just wanted to record a little bit.
No, you did not record that.
I wanted to record. I know we've been drinking all day. We're sitting here on an island, but I just wanted to have this for the podcast because it's a magical moment.
Let's sing another song then.
We're sitting out here because there's no light pollution because all the power's gone.
Oh my God, the stars are so beautiful.
The sky is just magnificent. You can see the Milky Way.
Shooting stars, Milky Way. Yes. Our dogs.
Dogs are out here. It's a beautiful night.
Cats are pissed off in the garage.
I know. I feel so bad for them.
But they're safe.
They're safe. I feel so fucking bad for them. But yeah, we're just sitting out here singing songs a cappella. I could have grabbed my guitar.
You could.
Nah, I'm not gonna wade through that water.
Yeah. All right, let's do another song. What's another song we can sing? Are you still recording?
Yeah. How about let's try.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. Should have listened to my old man. You know you can't help me forever. I didn't sit down for you. I'm not a present for your friend to open. This boy's too young to be singing. Here we go. The blues.
I'm out of key.
So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. Going back to my plow. Back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad. Boom, boom. Well, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road. Boom, boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. What do you think you'll do then? I bet they'll shoot down your plane. It'll take you a couple of vodka. Oh my God, I would kill for some.
Oh, well, we have seltzers and Coors Light that are warm.
Set you on your plane again. Maybe you'll get a replacement. There's plenty like me to be found. Mongrels who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the ground. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow. Back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny-backed toad. Boom, boom. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Here we are, the sound of the generator at the neighbor's house. Unfortunately, the generator that a neighbor had didn't work, and ours is underwater. So
we're okay. We are just fine. We are with our dogs, and we are with each other.
And I tell you what, we are sitting waterside in Florida.
We're on the front property.
It's not necessarily water that we wanted to be here, but we are sitting right by the river that is new, and under the most beautiful night I've ever seen. And it's actually spectacularly beautiful, like the temperature, the breeze, and if we just forget about our actual reality for a little bit, it's actually enjoyable. So, all right, that's it for this one. Peace out.
Peace out. Hey, remember this?
What? Always strive to do the things that make us happy together. We're working towards a dream together. And you have made this house such a happy home. We have so much to accomplish.
Andrew for you. Different pen.
Well, I was recording all that. I didn't know I hit record and he said, remember this. We're walking through our house right now, getting some more clothes and whatever else didn't get ruined. It's not a happy day.
We're gonna be all right. We're alive. We know people that didn't survive this, so we're all accounted for.
That's right.
Things can be replaced. That's the thing that you realize once you lose everything.
Yeah.
So all you can do is replace them. Ironically enough, our vinyl collection, I don't know if we've said this already on this recording session that we've been doing, but our vinyls are our lifeline. They survived and will. We listening to music and having a good time again in no time.
Yeah, our
6 months.
Our record stuff works. The speakers probably don't work.
I mean, we can't tell because there's no electricity.
Yeah. Well, I guess for today, there's really not much to talk about other than we're rebuilding.
I'm crying a lot.
Speak for yourself.
You cried a little bit.
All right.
Oh boy.
Swim under the ocean moon. I don't know if I'll make it home tonight under the Tahitian moon, but I know I can swim. I don't know if I'll make it home tonight under the Tahitian moon, but I know I can swim. Major. You solo, I'll do the. This is a song you don't know. It's one of our originals.
You might be able to noodle. It's not that hard.
What's that?
Kiwi.
Yeah.
We made our own mistakes. We keep the promises we made. We share what little that we have with others. They share the things that they have found as well. And in the evening we'll be dancing round the fire while we sing the songs that carry us away. And oh, how good it feels to know that we have found each other in such a crowded place. Take what we can get, and we give what we don't need. We may never live up on the hillside, so we can steal the forest for the trees. And in the morning we will wake up to the sound of Mother in the kitchen by the stove, and Father's outside cutting wood to build a fire to keep our family warm. And oh, how good it feels to know that we have found each other around the fire as it burns. Oh, she fails, if she falls, I help her up. If I fail, she lifts me up. Everything about her, I do love her more than any other. I make sure that she knows it every day. And in the evening we'll be dancing round the fire while we sing the songs that carry us away. The embers fly into the night to join the stars that shine so bright and whisper you are not alone. And know how good it feels to know that we have found each other, to know that we are home.
So, that's nice. Thank you.